welcome back. And now it's our second topic, talking about the state's efforts, keen efforts on integrating the private sector in the process of development. And we're very delighted to be having with us live over the phone Mr. Abdul Latif Wahba, our political and economic analyst. Good morning, Mr. Abdul Latif.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir? We were talking about the keenness of the state always to have the private sector as a shareholder or partnership, or to effect serious partnerships between the private sectors and also the governmental sectors, because this is very important to the developmental process. If you would like to elaborate.
Yeah, of course, as you know that Egypt since 3 years depends upon the private sectors in its local development, especially in different sectors like transportation, like electricity, and the main infrastructures. And this is, of course, comes as a result for the discussions over the state ownership document. As you know, the government and the cabinet discussed it widely, and then raised it or referred it to President Abdul al-Sisi, who agreed on this policy. So Egypt wants to increase the participations of the private sectors from 25% in the Egyptian economy to about 65% or 75% during the coming 5 years. Now, the rule of the private sectors increased to about 35%. And this is, of course, why this is a new trend, not only in Egypt, but all over the world, that many countries in the area depend upon the private sectors in implementing development and also in providing the services in many sectors, as we mentioned, in transportation, electricity, education, the health, or everything in life. So the Egyptian government and the cabinet approved the policy and approved the many incentives at the same time to the private sectors, even in sharing projects with the government, or privatizing some other projects, or trying to increase its financial, I mean the private sectors, its financial sharing in different sectors and the companies and so on, or the companies that was stated, companies were stated in the IDO's program.
Right. Egypt have effected a tremendous, outstanding, booming projects concerning, in particular, the network of bridges and, roads and all over, and even new cities. The new republic also is including also the administrative capital and all that. So how important are these projects in attracting foreign investment?
As you know, the standard of or the world standard for the economies of countries or states and so on doesn't depend upon the incentives only the government or the cabinet approved for the private sectors or for the business men community and so on, but it depends also at the same time on the main services and the utilities, infrastructures, and so on. And this is according to the World Bank report, annual report, doing business. So doing business depends upon if you presented incentives, it is not enough. But you have to pay the state for receiving any new investments. So you are interested in bridges and ports and so on. This is of course to cut time for transportations of releasing the goods and commodities from the Egyptian ports to the other provinces, and at the same time to make the foreign investors very safe as they are dealing with the Egyptian provinces and routes and so on.
Right. Also, talking about the new cities, the new administrative capital, and other new cities in different 14 governorates that were taking place and affected amongst the other mega projects. These are a very important foundation to probably reduce the burden or found an equivalency amongst the densely populated areas. It is one of its main aims is to create a balance for the densely populated area. If you like to elaborate.
Yeah, of course. As you know that during the since President Abdul Fattah al-Sisi came to power until now, Egypt established, I think, more than 37 new cities in all in 14 Egyptian provinces, and this is, of course, an equilibrium policy to facilitate life and to at the same time to provide good services for all the people in these provinces. As you know that in Upper Egypt, for example, they are suffering as they are living on restricted areas besides the Nile. So when the cabinet decided to establish the new cities, this means too fast, to create a new communities for the people and to encourage the people to move to these new communities. This is, of course, will be not only useful for the people, but also for the main infrastructures of Egypt as they are bracing on it. And
right.
This is what happened in Alexandria, for example.
Of course.
It suffers from the density of populations and so on. But now they extended Alexandria to Burj Al Arab, to Al Amriya, to north and the to the east and the west and so on. So
right.
when you decide to create or to establish new cities, it means a new communities, it means a new factories, it means a new chances for the people.
Right, of course. On that note, of course, Mr. Abdul Latif Wahba, you are an economic and political analyst. Would like to thank you so much talking to The Breakfast Show. And I guess by this we come to the end of the show. And until we see you again tomorrow, that's a goodbye.